Hey everybody, and welcome back to Five Nights at Freddy's. Last time, we worked 5 nights at Freddy's, and despite our impeccable survival skills, we were only paid $120 a week. This time, we will not stand for this. We deserve more money, so let's go in to work another day. That is what is actually happening. We are going into work the very next day, even though we weren't scheduled to work. We're working overtime. Except instead of just a couple hours, we're doing an entire shift. Because why not? That'll get us a lot more money. Both of them are already gone. So I don't think I'm blowing anyone's minds by saying Night 6 is harder than Night 5, but there are a few fun rumors on this night. It was a rumor that if you never looked at Pirate Cove for the entire night, the fox would never activate. This isn't true, but it can happen, and I'll tell you why. Looking at Pirate Cove is not 100% necessary to slow the fox. Simply having the cameras up at all is what does it. So it's possible for you to look at a different camera for the entire night and never have to worry about the fox. The only problem is you don't know how far advanced he is, because the fox can still slip through and advance a stage. And you need to be on the lookout for that, because you don't want to be taken off guard. I'm not sure Freddy works the same way. I do know that looking at his camera will slow him down, as it is doing right now. But I'm not sure if you have to look at his camera specifically, or if you have to pull the cameras up at all. I'm actually going to ignore Freddy, though, because I want to show off how he works. So I'm going to do a strategy that I used before where I check the dining area and Pirate Cove. Although I should probably just keep it on the dining area, because why not? So Freddy takes a linear path to your room. He goes to dining area, restrooms, kitchen, East Hall, and then East Hall corner. When he's in the East Hall corner, that's when he's dangerous. There are certain rules to employ once Freddy gets that far. You could throw down the right door the whole time, because if Freddy is allowed to move further than the East Hall corner, he bypasses the door like completely and just goes directly into your room. And if that happens, you're screwed. He's gonna end up in East Hall corner any second now. There he is. I'll click over. There he is. One of the creepiest camera shots in the game. I like it a lot. Now, if we keep our camera on this and this alone, we don't actually have to worry about him entering. He cannot enter as long as you don't switch to a different camera once he's here. If you want to switch to a different camera, though, throw down the right door, because he can move if you do that. He was not ready to move yet. Check left side. I don't really know how close anyone is to attacking. I'm assuming they're right there. However, if you want to, you could just keep it on East Hall corner. Oh god. And as we already established, you will be slowing the fox by doing this. You'll also be watching out for the bird, and if you don't see the bird there, you don't even have to check the right light at all. Bird's definitely there. I would still recommend checking on the fox occasionally, just so you know how far progressed he is. And when that happens, we have an excuse to do that right now, close the right door before switching off the camera. I would show you what happens, and I think I will. You know what, once you leave, I think I will show what happens. So let's open the right door, never close it, and switch off of the camera. And this is fun. So just check around. You're there. Very cool. Fox is doing fine. He took a surprisingly long amount of time to attack there. His attacks are random once he gets inside. You could hear that weird whispering, like mechanical, robotic-sounding whispering. That's your indication that he's in there. Also, if he gets into your room, the ambient track that tells you when they're nearby goes to 100% volume. That's the only effect Freddy has on that ambience. Alright, now let's try to actually beat the night. Night 6 is present in basically every Five Nights at Freddy's game, and it's considered a bonus night for a reason. It's usually a lot more challenging than the 5th night. I did not click back to Freddy's camera. I'm gonna do that real quick. Yeah, let's see, I'm actually going to focus on Freddy's camera this time, do the opposite. And, let's see how far that gets us. They're coming close by now. Right here, I'm going to mute the game audio real quick and play what the ambience sounds like. Reveal what the ambience sounds like. Let's see if you were right. That ambience will only play if someone is nearby. Either the fox is in the third stage where he's outside Pirate Cove, or Bunny or Bird are in the hallways. If you don't hear this, know it's nearby and you don't have to check the lights. And you also don't really have to worry about the fox that much. Okay, I hear the birds in the kitchen, so all I have to check is the left light for right now. Bird probably just left now as the sound cut off. Never mind. The sound... It sounds like it gets cut off, but it really just gets replaced with a different pots and pans sound. Alright. Should be slowing the fox enough, but I'll check right now. Yep, we have. If checking Pirate Cove is all that mattered, he would definitely be on the way to my room by now. He is very aggressive on night 6. As you can imagine, the fox does start to advance faster the less you check him as the nights go by. Good thing I checked that. God, turning off the lights can be rough sometimes. Alright. Check you in case you're back. No, no one's here. Okay, well, no, someone is here. Can't exactly tell who. I'm talking so loudly that I can barely hear the warbling. And while we're doing this, we're keeping Freddy in place. Freddy can be a... Okay, that was weird. The light didn't turn off. I guess I wasn't clicking exactly the right spot. Freddy can be a rough one, especially since his mechanic is not clearly explained. And that's not on purpose. It's to keep you in suspense. You don't really know how he works or what he's gonna do. I basically told you how he works, though. When he reaches the East Hall corner, which we will do so after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 laughs. After he laughs... Oh, God. 5 times, he'll be in East Hall corner. Once that happens, if you ever decide to go into the cameras on a camera that isn't East Hall corner, close the right door. You'll be safe. Once you hear him laugh after that, if the door is closed and he's not about to kill you inside the room, he'll be back in East Hall, and you can stop worrying about that for now, until he laughs again, and then he's back in the corner. Alright. This is working really well. Ambient sounds like a good volume, so I don't think, Yeah, the fox is fine. The fox does have an audio cue that is worth mentioning. Oh, on each left, the light blinked off. Occasionally, while he's in first stage, he'll hum. It sounds like... You can hear this from any screen faintly, but it gets louder if you check Pirate Cove. So you know that that's him doing that. He's doing it right now. Thank you, Fox. Very cooperative. If you hear that, if you hear him start to hum, that means he's on first stage. He cannot hum if he's on second or third stage, or fourth, where he's heading towards your room. Alright, why don't we let Freddy go to make this a little more interesting? Because I know, like, from your all perspective, I'm just checking the same camera over and over again. So let's start letting Freddy go. Okay. Now I know only to check the left side for now. We should be heading to 3 AM very soon, and Freddy has started to move right after I've started to leave him alone. That is definitely how it works. So you definitely do have to look at his camera specifically. And if you don't, then he starts moving. That explains it. I thought it was just having the cameras up at all, just like the fox. That's probably why Freddy was harassing me in my, no death run that I did of this game earlier this year. Start of this year, actually. It's funny that I've returned to Five Nights at Freddy's on the opposite ends of the year. Those videos were fun to make. I hope that they're an interesting challenge run, because I don't think I've really ever seen anyone do challenge runs like that, or no death runs of these games. Alright, we're at 3 AM, 47%, we're good. Don't think anyone's nearby. Now someone's nearby. Pretty sure, anyway. No, actually. Yeah, no one's nearby. Okay. Now someone's nearby. There are a few very quiet parts of the ambient track, so be sure to listen out hard for those. That's what I had to do just now. Someone's in the corner right now, so expect either of them to show up. Like you. You left. Okay. Oh, yep. Had a feeling you were there. Oh! Wow, good thing I checked that. Okay, the fox is now peeking out. You're gone. They do start to leave the doors faster. Oh, good. Oh my god. They do start to leave the doors faster as they, as the nights go on. Oh my god, you're already there. Speaking of rumors about the fox, there was a rumor for a long time that if you checked the fox too much, you would become more and more active. This is not true. The fox's behavior is quite erratic, though, because it's just completely random what he decides to do at any given time. I don't know where either of them are. I thought that was you. Oh god, stop hanging on the cameras here when you don't need to. I think I'm safe to do this. Hear them all crowding around me. Bunny's nearby. Ambience is still pretty loud, and Fox is in third stage, so he's definitely triggering it right now. We should be good, though. As long as we can hold out, react to them in time, we should be good to win this. Checking the camera in short bursts like this is a guaranteed way to survive. The strategy might not be the most exciting, but it is very, very easy to do, and it wins you basically every single time. Wins the game for you basically every single time. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Fox's behavior is just completely erratic. We'll go into why that is later. A little bit later. Stay tuned for that. 5 a.m., 15%, we're good. Bird's probably on the way. Bird is not on the way. They're still in the kitchen. Move back to the dining area. When the bunny leaves the door, he moves to the dining area. When the bird leaves the door, she moves back to the east hall. So she's still kind of around for a little while. They're coming back. Someone's nearby. Fox is on the way. I'm gonna close the door. Trigger him to move. Check right door. Alright, it was you. Oh my god. Okay, good thing I checked that. Fox is back at first stage. They're leaving immediately. They're moving all the time. I never stop hearing their footsteps. I'm keeping Freddy in dining area, so we never had to deal with him. I guess I got really unlucky with Freddy in my no death run, because like he was harassing me on night 4, 5, and 6. That's partly because I never checked his camera as he went. Let's stop. The fox will attack automatically if you don't check West Hall. You don't have to check West Hall. He has like a 30-second delay before running to your room. And that's it. Night 6 beaten. Good job, sport. You've earned some overtime. Pay to the order of Mike Schmidt. 50 cents. Employee of the Month at Fazbear Entertainment. I can't tell if that is a completely new check and that they're giving me another $120.50. I sure freaking hope so. Or if that's, or if they just added 50 cents. I'm pretty sure they've just added 50 cents. Scott Cawthon is a little bit of a jokester, you'll notice that. He puts in a lot of personality into these games. For beating Night 5 and Night 6, we get 2 stars on the menu. We got a 1 star for beating Night 5. We get a 2nd for Night 6. And now we have unlocked Custom Night. Yes, we really are going back in for a 7th night, even though the game is called Five Nights at Freddy's. However, things are a little different this time, because we are able to set their difficulty of each character to whatever we want. Each character has an AI level that ranges from 0 all the way up, I didn't know you could click this fast, to 20. This AI level determines how often they move around, how often these two switch rooms, how often this guy advances a stage, and how often Freddy advances a room. And also, here is for the very first time, we see the official names of all 4 characters. Get used to them, because this series is far from over. They are Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. Apparently, these 3 were nicknames, and they were going to have, these were just nicknames at first, and they were going to be replaced with different names, but Scott stuck to them because he just couldn't let them go. Pretty funny. And now these names are some of the most iconic names of anything in all of horror gaming. You get little difficulty guidelines down here for what the AI levels, difficulties the AI levels give. 3 to 6 is medium, 7 to 12 is hard, and 13 to 20 is extreme. They were hovering around the extreme range on night 6 there, except Freddy. A little more on that later. So, for my own custom night, there's not a whole lot you can do with this custom night. There's only difficulties of 4 characters, nothing really more. So I think for my personal custom night, I'm going to put Freddy at 5. This is actually 1 AI level higher than his AI level in night 4, believe it or not. Or night 6. I'm going to set the bunny really low. We're going to put him at 1. How about that? And then we're going to put, Chica really high, like 14, and I'll put Foxy on full blast, because why not? I don't know what kind of night this is gonna make, but it's pretty unique. None of the main nights have anything close to this level of weirdness. Could probably turn down Chica to like 11 or 12. Yeah, let's go with 12. So Freddy is harder than on night 6. Bonnie is not really going to move that much at all. He's going to be like night 1, night 2 difficulty. Actually, no, on night 2 he's a little higher than that. Chica is going to be about night 6 difficulty, and Foxy, I'm going to have to keep flipping up the cameras all the time because of him. Let's go. 7th night. So while I'm at this, I figure this game is 8 years old. There's no reason that I can't dive really deep into the technical stuff about how exactly this game works. We now know that they have an AI level system from 0 to 20, but what does this exactly do? How does this really affect them? Well, I'll tell you. Every 5 or so seconds, the animatronics are given a movement opportunity, or move attempt as I'm going to call them. This process is, a random number is generated from 1 to 20. If the random number is less than their AI level, the animatronic will move. Each animatronic is given their own movement attempt and their own little random number. Okay. I know Chica's on the way down, but I don't really exactly know where she is. If Bonnie or Chica succeed a move attempt, they will switch rooms. They can move to 2 possible rooms from any given room, and they pick which one based on 50-50 chance. When Foxy succeeds, he'll advance a stage in Pirate Cove. He'll advance a stage towards attacking your door, or towards attacking you. When Freddy gets one, he'll move forwards a little bit. Although Freddy is a little stranger, because when he succeeds one, he doesn't move right away. He actually waits a bit. He starts this little countdown, and that will, and his countdown is determined based on his current AI level. It gets smaller the higher his AI level goes. Eventually, at AI level 10, it actually doesn't exist anymore. Freddy is designed to be, played at low AI levels. So yeah, once he succeeds one, he has like a delay until he really moves based on his AI level. It gets smaller. Once that little countdown runs out, the next time the cameras are flipped down, he will make his move. So you can actually only move when the cameras are flipped down, which is something that not really anyone notices. For obvious reasons. Now Bonnie's gone as well. Bonnie cannot really be in the hallways yet, I don't think, so I don't think he's there. Hi, guys. Freddy's looking at me now. Little more into AI levels themselves. I should forget, Foxy's at AI level 20. Oh yeah, actually, before I do that, let me talk about what stops Foxy and what also kind of stops Freddy. When the cameras are up, Foxy will automatically fail all his movement attempts. I think Chica's light is way more important to be checking. Foxy will automatically fail all his movement attempts. When the cameras are put back down, he will continue this fail move attempt state for a random amount of time between, I think, a little over half a second to 16 seconds. It's quite a range. And that's why Foxy's behavior can seem a little erratic, why sometimes he's way more aggressive than other times. Because not only for him to, like, move really, really fast like he did for me on night 6 back there, he has to roll really low on that, cooldown when you put the cameras down, and he also has to succeed a movement attempt. He's not really guaranteed to do either. Those two random factors cause the erratic behavior that you see from him. I think Freddy has the same exact, like, move attempt locking system, that's what I'll call it. But as I've seemed to have discovered, that's Foxy. Yeah, definitely. I don't think Bonnie is that active that he would have caused that. But I think all of them are nearby. That's really loud. I think Freddy's will only activate once you are looking at his camera. And then Foxy was still knocking there, but it didn't actually, he wasn't still there. As soon as Foxy starts making the knocking sound, you can open the door again. You're safe. It's a little weird, I know, but that's how it works. Now, a little thing that's good to know is that you can't have Foxy attacking you forever. Each time he attacks your door, he takes away some power. The first time, it's only 1%. Definitely didn't check the cameras enough there. I'll just do this. This should stop him. Bonnie's gonna stay there for a while. But for every subsequent attack, he'll take 5% more away. So if he attacks again, he's gonna take 6% away. This can... Oh, hello. It's a secret message there. I might as well show, if you don't check the West Hall, he'll attack after 30 seconds. I'll just show that off right now. May as well. He'll only attack the left door as well. Keeping Freddy in place, because... There we go. And when he attacks, he'll also force your cameras down, so you can't avoid him by keeping the cameras up. Foxy's power draining can cause him to knock on your door and instantly shut off your power. He did this in this footage I have. It's pretty funny. Back to AI levels, though. The AI level system is used for the remaining 5 nights. And here's how, here's the list of their AI levels on every night. However, you may notice that night 1 actually starts them at AI level 0, even though the number that's generated is from 1 through 20. So if something's at AI level 0, they should never move. That's exactly what happens with Freddy on the first 2 nights. He never moves. Well, as the nights go on, their AI levels increase. I believe how it is, and this is the same for every night, including night 7. Bonnie's AI level goes up by 1 at 2 a.m. And then at 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy all increase by 1, so everyone except Freddy gets their AI levels increased. So by the end of the night, the AI levels look more like this for each night. This is what creates the grace period on night 1. Everyone's at 0 at the start of the night, but once 2 a.m. hits, Bonnie can start moving, and then once 3 a.m. hits, Chica and Foxy can start moving. Also, if you felt like everyone was moving around a little more often as the night goes on, you're not wrong. They really do start to move around slightly more often as the night goes. It's pretty subtle and mostly unnoticeable, but it is there. And as soon as I stop paying attention to Freddy, he starts moving. Oh, I also forgot to mention, for Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, the timing between their move attempts is 5 seconds, or at least it's sort of close to that. For Freddy, however, it's actually 3.2 seconds. He gets his movement attempts faster than the others. Well, that was useless. Once power runs out, only Freddy is able to kill you, and the... Oh, Freddy's in the kitchen right now. Where he's playing the music, but he's supposed to... What? I didn't know that could happen. Anyway, the duration of each of the 3 phases of this power-out sequence is completely randomized. Though the first 2 phases, the initial phase, and that little music box phase, last a maximum of 20 seconds. This phase, I think, it's random when it gets you. For a couple side notes I forgot to bring up. The Night 5 phone call is a distorted and reversed recording of a passage from Autobiography of a Yogi. I don't think it has anything to do with Five Nights at Freddy's in the story, but that's what it is. The warbling sound the animatronics make while twitching in the corners and during hallucinations is actually the same sound, just higher pitched. When the power goes out or Freddy goes into the kitchen, he plays a music box rendition of March of the Toreadors. It's also the same song that plays on both the endings. The song does a great job of being creepy during the power out, but also being celebratory when you win the night. It sounds pretty cool. One thing to know about custom nights is no matter how low you set the character's difficulty, you could set them to the same levels as Night 1 or 2, the power will drain at the same speed as Night 5 and onwards. Night 6, it drains at the same speed as Night 5. So keep that in mind. Foxy's already trying to attack me. And I was checking him pretty regularly and he got this far. This just goes to show how erratic Foxy is due to all those random factors. Oh yes, and at AI level 20, they are guaranteed to move every single time they're given a movement attempt. And so Foxy, if assuming that Foxy is no longer locked after having the cameras down for too long, he will advance every single move attempt, every 5 seconds. A little more info on their timings. Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy all take about 5 seconds, but they are slight, variations of 5 seconds. I believe Bonnie is 4.97, Chica is 4.98, and Foxy is 5.01. If I got all those right, that is living proof that I have no life. The reason for this is because they can desync this way. I don't think anyone's nearby. Ambience is very quiet. The reason for this is so that they can all desync and move independently from each other, instead of them both moving at the same time. As I've already said, Freddy gets his every 3.2 seconds. Which is why he seems to move more commonly despite his AI level being very low. Again, he's designed for low AI levels, so keep this in mind as you build yourself a custom night. An interesting thing about Night 4 is that Freddy's AI is randomized between 1 or 2. So he could move a little more often than other times. It's pretty weird. I might as well show what happens if you just ignore the fact that Foxy's gone. Might as well. It's me! He's the only one that doesn't get up in your face when they kill you. Which has led to a very funny theory that Foxy is actually a good guy and is just simply rushing to your room to check up on you, and the reason why you die is because you have a heart attack. Real theory. Real theory from around that time. It's also kind of interesting how the monitors in the back seem to turn on. I think this was done to show the reflection of the animation, but since they're turned off otherwise, it's a little strange. A little more detail on what happens when Freddy reaches East Hall Corner. Once he will still try some more move attempts. Wow, I stammered that. But once he succeeds one, he becomes primed in a sense. From that point on, as soon as you're checking a camera that isn't East Hall Corner, he will attempt an attack. If the door is open, he comes right on in and attacks you. If the door is closed, he goes back to East Hall. The simplest way to avoid him is to just close the door every time you pull up the cameras. But you don't have to do that, so if you keep the camera on 4B, on East Hall Corner. One possible strategy that could be used throughout the entire game is just setting your camera to East Hall Corner, only checking that and the left light. Because if you do this, you'll be slowing Foxy decently enough, looking out for Chica as she passes by on the way to your room, and catching Bonnie in the left light. And also, while also stalling Freddy and making him unable to enter. You should still check Foxy occasionally, because you never know. Literally, as soon as I stop checking Freddy, look at this. Listen to this. He's on the way. He's in the east hallway right now. And Chica's coming. And now that I've started this, I'm keeping him frozen. You might have the same kind of cooldown once you put down the cameras as Foxy does, or when you switch off the camera anyway, but I'm pretty sure through this testing, you definitely do need to be looking at his camera specifically. So listen to how many times he's laughed and try to keep track of it. He always moves to the same rooms every time. I can't tell how Foxy's doing. Doing fine. He's doing fine. Now Freddy's here, so I should keep this camera up. And occasionally look out for Foxy. The only thing is, if you do this, Freddy will never move away from East Hall Corner. He'll only do that once you switch cameras. Right now we have an excuse to, so yep, Foxy's still fine, but he didn't move. I'm gonna open that again. That should be good. I'd say every, like, 5 or 6 flips, check Foxy. So I'm gonna do that right now. Good thing I did! How close was Foxy? I'm just curious. No need to check the light. I'm just gonna keep the door closed this long. This is bad for power, but I'm not exactly trying to win here. I'm trying to demonstrate a bunch of things. Oh, and don't forget, in your darkest hour, boop the snoot. Right now, there's actually no reason to pull up the cameras, because Freddy will not enter your room from, if you keep the cameras down. It's good to know. It's only if you have the cameras flipped up and on a camera that isn't East Hall Corner. You could use this strategy for every single night, no joke. I prefer not to because it's not as interesting that way, but for the hardest nights especially, this is the way to go. I heard Foxy humming in the distance, which means he is not prone to attacking. Oh god. Okay. I think everyone's coming. I think I hear Foxy's on stage 3, right? Oh my god, pull the cameras back up again, please! Jesus! Yes. Yes, he is. Oh god, that was a mistake. Don't do what I just did there. Don't flip off of East Hall Corner like I did just now. That is dangerous. Only did that with the door closed. I could have died. Just then. I'm lucky I didn't. He hasn't succeeded in moving attempt yet, which I'm surprised about. He was succeeding them all the time on the way here, but it's possible that you do actually lock him up when you check 4B like this. I'm just trying to keep an eye on Foxy. I do love this camera shot with Freddy. He doesn't even try to hide himself, he just stares into your soul. I love it. It's creepy. I love this game. Hear Bonnie and Chica moving around all the time. That footstep sound is specifically for those two. The long one. It's for Bonnie and Chica, no one else has it. Freddy makes a different footstep noise and also laughs when he moves, so you know when he moves. Alright, someone's in the corner and it's not Freddy. Or it's not Chica. It's Bonnie. Again, I should be catching Chica every time, so I don't even need to check that light. Okay, now I do. Perfect excuse to check Foxy, he's fine. Now you're gone. Oh god, Foxy could have left from that. Let's check. No, he hasn't. Chica could be there. Good. Freddy still hasn't succeeded that move attempt. I could probably close the left door right now and be safe. Oh god. What was that graphic just now? The door was in the cameras. Notice of termination. You're fired. Reason: tampering with the animatronics. General unprofessionalism. Odor. Thanks, management. Honestly, that's probably the best ending so far. Who wants to work there anymore? So what exactly happens if you leave your doors alone too long? If you haven't checked them in a while, when something could be out there. They seem to stop working, mysteriously. The other ones work. But not these. That's fine, let's check on the others. Right there. There you have it. That's what happens if Bonnie or Chica get in. Here's Chica's animation. They will disable the door and light buttons when they get inside. That's it. So if this ever happens, that means that they got inside the room and they are currently waiting inside the room. If you sit here and don't do anything, they will never kill you until you flip the cameras up. Which means on night 1, you can close the left door and be completely safe for the whole night. Not even joking. Foxy can still activate on night 1, even though he didn't do that for us. So if he activates too much and starts banging on the door too much, he can drain your power if you get really unlucky, but that's if you get really unlucky. He's at a low AI level on that night, so... But anyway, they don't attack until you raise the cameras up, and I've set him to 0 right now, so there's no danger of Foxy. If you, however, try to hide in the cameras to stop the others and survive the rest of the time... Not only will they breathe down your neck... Such creepy noises. They forcibly lower the cameras after about 30 seconds. So yeah, there's a little dynamic to that in that way. Bonnie or Chica, if they get inside, will wait until you pull up the cameras and then attack you when you put them back down. When Freddy gets inside, though, he can't attack you if you have the cameras up. He'll only attack if you have the cameras down. Foxy doesn't care and can catch you either way. So, yeah. Right. I'm pretty sure you all know what has to come next. Now that we have seen the regular custom night ending, you all know what has to come next. We're cranking everyone up to maximum difficulty. Welcome to 2020 mode, commonly shortened to 420 mode. Not that kind, though. This is the first of the series' extreme challenges, and here's the deal with extreme challenges. If playing Hollow Knight for this channel has taught me anything, it's that insane challenges within a game, if I try to do them and try to get too committed to beating them at max difficulty, eventually recording stops being fun and starts to feel more like a job. So I'm not going to try to beat all of them, but I will give them a go. And I think, honestly, I have pretty high hopes for this one, because I have a pretty solid strategy going in. So, here's the strategy. Switch camera to 4B and only check that. And then check the left light. If you see Chica on the cameras, check the right light in addition. If Chica comes up to the door and you have to close it, go in and check Foxy, because you might as well. I think I'm going to add check Foxy every 5 flips or so, just in case. And then repeat until the night is done. Just keep Freddy in 4B as much as you can. Because, like, if he moves back to East Hall, he's going to go back into East Hall corner, like, 5 seconds later. Or moves to 4A, he's going to come back to 4B 5 seconds later. There's no reason not to stay on that camera the whole night. I would like to thank Ambience for this strategy. He makes guides for every single Five Nights at Freddy's game, and I'm probably going to use his strategies because they all seem very, very good. And this one seems pretty simple and should work out. Let's try it. Let's see if it does. Going Foxy by doing this. As you can hear, Freddy is moving every 3 seconds. He doesn't even have that weird delay countdown on this knife because his AI level is too high. And he's already there. He's already outside the door. Managed to catch Bonnie. Alright, let's see. If we get caught off guard by Chica, that'll be okay. Again, I don't really plan on beating this if it ends up being too hard. One nice thing is, the animatronics will always be gone from the doors after 5 seconds, because they have to succeed in movement attempt to move away from the doors. And if they, don't succeed it, they'll stay right there. This is what causes them to camp at the doors very often. I personally think there should be a thing to make them go away from the doors after, like, 20 seconds. I should have checked Foxy there. I'll do that right now. Oh, he's peeking out. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Okay, good. Got you. Check left door. Check Foxy. He's fine. Open right door. Holy crap. God, you are making this very difficult for me. Jesus hell. Alright, check Foxy. He's fine. Check you. Check you. You're good. Okay. Now I think we can go back to normalcy for a while. Holy crap, that was intense. Alright. And it's just a matter of reacting to Bonnie. So on. I'm gonna check Foxy. He's fine. I'm just gonna not check the right door unless I see Chica there. Oh. Okay, Chica's moving in there right now. So she's probably going to be here now. No, okay, she moved away. That's good. Now she's back. And yes, Chica is a she. I'm pretty sure people only know that because of her name. She moved away again. I think Foxy might be on stage 3. Chica, can you move up to the door? Oh god, that was a little too long. I'm gonna check. Yeah, check. Good thing. Oh god, I thought Freddy was in the room for a second. He's not. Oh god. Fuck. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what to do in those situations, but, we lived. Yeah, even with me flipping up this camera every 5 seconds, Foxy still got through. That is how random Foxy is. Alright. With this timing, I should be stopping him, like, all the time. I don't see how Foxy could get through this. But he is. The ambience is getting louder. Yeah, really. Wow. Another tricky part of this is power. Check now. God damn it. Nope. Can't do that. Fuck. I don't really know. Everything's happening so fast that the Foxy didn't even make a running sound. I'm not entirely sure what to do when Foxy attacks, like how to go about that. When do I close the right door? I should probably review the strategy. So when Foxy attacks, that's bad. Also, Foxy has attacked twice now. That's bad. That can get us screwed later on, because, I think I may have just let Foxy go a little bit more. Don't know when exactly to open or close the right door. I guess if I see Foxy's gone on one of my Foxy checks, don't open the right door. Close the left door in addition. Knew it. Alright. You should be gone now. Yes, you are. This does feel very doable. I just need to know, like, what to do at the right times. Alright, Bonnie should be gone now. You sure is. You should be gone. You sure are. God damn it. Perfect opportunity to check you. You're fine. You're gone. My god. I'm doing pretty well for my first attempt. Not gonna lie. Fox is fine. I keep saying Fox. We know his name now. I was deliberately avoiding using their official names until we actually learned them in Custom Night, because I'm pretty sure that's the first time they appear. I'm unclear on how Foxy's doing, so I'm not gonna open that door yet. He's doing fine, okay. Alright, I'm so dead. Looking at the power, I'm so dead. Getting so nervous not checking Chica, but if Chica was at the door, I'd be dead by now. So, okay, now Chica's there. Are you there now? Alright, I'm dead now. There we go, my power ran out from him banging on the door. I have no idea if I was in 5 a.m. Let's see. I'll press the good luck charm. I guess you could say that fan is not a fan of the power running out if it turned off. Honestly, I expected you to kill me faster because I made a pun. Okay, maybe you will. Alright, that was a good attempt though. I made it at 4 a.m. I just need to practice what to do when Foxy attacks. I also have to get kinda lucky with Foxy because I feel like whether or not Foxy attacks you that much is down to luck. If you timed the camera flips every 5.01 to be at every 5 seconds perfectly throughout a whole night, you'll stop Foxy from attacking. Problem is, I'm not sure you can really do that without a stopwatch. Stopping there. Open this door. Stopping there. Please, don't kill me in 5 seconds. It's possible to die in like 10 seconds. Yes! I wasn't really expecting to do that. But I beat 420 mode second try. That strategy is so good. No special ending for it. 420 mode was originally thought to be impossible by Scott Cawthon himself, and it wasn't until someone actually did it using a much less effective strategy, but they actually did it. And after that, Scott decided to give you a 3rd star if you can manage to beat that night, and I think with that strategy, you totally can. That was not that bad at all. There were a few little hiccups where, like, I was panicking and checking both lights. I actually almost died a couple times. Like, I had Chica sitting at my door for like 3 seconds, and Foxy can kind of screw things up if you start to panic too much, but if you take it slowly and calmly, it's actually very, very simple to beat 420 mode. Right, well, that's every main night and challenge of 5 Nights at Freddy's. There's of course more you could do with the custom night, but I'll leave that to you. With all 3 stars earned, I think it's about time we delve into secrets. So far, we have seen rare screens in the backstage where every head is turned to face you. We've seen Bonnie get up in the camera's face. We've seen some newspaper clippings in the East Hall corner. We've seen an "It's Me" message written on Foxy's sign in Pirate Cove. And we've also seen Freddy ripping his head off in the poster, whatever that's supposed to mean. But there's more. Let's start with some secrets that actually happen outside of the gameplay. Upon starting the game, there is a 1 in 1,000 chance of seeing this. It'll then take you to the menu screen as normal. As you could probably imagine, this thing was a big rumor back then that I'm pretty sure many people still don't think it's real. But it is. It's real. It can really happen. There's another one like this, but we'll get to it later. For now, the East Hall camera. Those posters on the right, they can change. They can either change into 3 faces of what appear to be crying children, and they can also be ripped off the wall and replaced with "It's Me." If all 3 animatronics are on the show stage, there is a very rare chance that they can be seen staring at you, in what is, in my opinion, the scariest camera shot in the game. While we're on a similar topic, these freeze frames of the twitching animations aren't secrets, but they look very creepy as well. Here's a still of both the images that come up during those flashing hallucinations throughout the nights. Freddy has real human eyes, which is terrifying. Definitely different to what he has here on the menu. However, you all know what's coming up next. In West Hall Corner, the poster of Freddy can either be seen ripping its head off, or you may see this. If you don't put the camera monitor back up within 5 seconds, it does that jump scare and closes your game abruptly. Unless you're on the console and mobile versions, then it takes you back to the menu. Flipping the camera monitor back up causes it to disappear. This thing is called Yellow Bear in the game files, but is otherwise unknown what its official name is, until the community gave it the name Golden Freddy. It's unknown what exactly it is. It has a 1 in 100,000 chance of showing up every second whenever you check the cameras. And once it does, you'll have to check West Hall Corner, and that'll trigger it to appear in your office. Here's a little fun fact. Golden Freddy is technically always there in your office, but is set to be invisible unless triggered. Just in case playing this game didn't induce enough paranoia. About Golden Freddy's jump scare there, though. It uses the same jump scare sound as the regular one, just slowed down. As for the jump scare itself, that's not the only place that it appears, believe it or not. If we go back to Custom Night, and then spell out 1987 in their AI levels, we get the same thing. Thanks, NVIDIA. In addition, this has a 1 in 10,000 chance of appearing after the game over screen. In both cases, it closes your game. Golden Freddy jump scaring you after putting in 1987 didn't used to be a thing. Rather, there was a huge rumor back in the day that this game came out that putting in 1987 would get you a secret ending after the night was done. It didn't. It was the same. But I guess in a few small updates after the game came out, Scott Cawthon decided to troll people a little bit by giving them that. So technically, there is a special ending for putting in 1987. The reason why 1987 does this, the bite of 87 as mentioned in the Night 1 phone call. It was some kind of... Sorry, dropped a thing. It was some kind of incident that took place at a Freddy Fazbear's location back in 1987, where, presumably, one of the animatronics bit someone. And it's the sole reason why they're no longer allowed to walk around during the day. Which brings us nicely into lore. Most of the backstory to the first Five Nights at Freddy's is told in the East Hall Corner, namely by the newspaper clippings that randomly replace the rules poster. When read in a certain order, they tell a series of events. On June 26th, 2 children were lured into the back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza by someone dressed as a company mascot. Later, it was discovered that it wasn't just 2, it was actually 5 children, lured into a back room by someone dressed as a mascot. The suspect was caught eventually, but the bodies of the children were never found, and they're presumed dead. Shortly after this, the health department threatened to shut down Freddy Fazbear's due to a foul smell coming from the animatronics, and what appeared to be blood or mucus around their eyes and mouths, almost like they were walking corpses. And it seems like the company just can't stay in business anymore, even though it's apparently still running while you're playing. It's set to close eventually. No one's willing to support them anymore due to all the incidents that happened, what with the bite of 87 in the past and now this. The CEO of Fazbear Entertainment remarks at the bottom that the characters will live on in the hearts of kids. That's quite ironic, considering what's really going on. So throughout Five Nights at Freddy's, you deal with 4 characters. There is a secret 5th one that only shows up with a rare chance. That's 5 total characters that can attack you throughout the nights. And while we're on the subject, don't the animatronics seem weirdly aggressive? How they stare intensely into the cameras at times, and seem to twitch with anger as they get closer to you on later nights? I mean, Foxy just makes a mad dash for your room sometimes. And then when they do get to you, they make these weird human-like breathing noises. And of course, I can't forget about their screaming once they actually kill you. And besides, they really shouldn't be moving around at all. They're supposed to be shut off. There's only really one possible explanation. 5 kids got lured in and presumably murdered by what they saw as a Fazbear Entertainment employee. And now, these 5 animatronics are coming after you, a Fazbear Entertainment employee. These animatronics are not behaving normally, because they're haunted. They have been possessed by the spirits of the children who were murdered. And they walk around every night in an attempt to hunt down their killer. So, that wraps up Five Nights at Freddy's 1. An absolutely excellent game, and probably my favorite in the whole series. Not to say that the rest of the games go downhill from here, I like the rest of the games a lot. But to me, this one just has the best atmosphere, the best presentation, and also the simplest and easiest story to understand. Even if it is a little strange, oh don't worry, from this point on the story only spirals out of control. I think I only have 2 real complaints with it. 1, Bonnie and Chica being able to camp at your door for a theoretically infinite amount of time is a little dumb. I don't think that should be the case. And 2, it's not really the game's fault, but there isn't a whole lot of content here. This game is $5, so I think it's worth $5 for sure, especially since if you don't know how the game works, you're probably not going to beat it in like an hour like I did. But all Five Nights at Freddy's games are very short experiences, and this is no exception, but this one definitely has the least content of all of them. Like, there's just the 6 nights, and then there's the custom night that you can't do a whole lot with. But still, I think the randomness in the animatronics movements alone is enough to keep this game replayable to me. And it's fun to revisit on occasion. Now, the reason why the story is so simple and the game is so small compared to the others is because, at the time, Scott Cawthon was not expecting this game to be successful. I'm sure most of you know the story behind this game's creation, but Scott's previous game, Chipper & Sons Lumber Co., was criticized for the characters looking like animatronics, which, I'll be blunt, they do. So, he decided to use that criticism to make a game about creepy animatronics, and what do you know, it was successful. He's good at making creepy animatronics. He played into his strengths and made a damn good game for his first horror game. Like, his games were all, before this point, were supposed to be kid-friendly. And I guess you could say this one's kid-friendly too. I disagree though, because it is a horror game. But for a first horror game, man, this is excellent. Anyway, yeah, he did not expect the series to get as successful as it is. I don't think he had a sequel fully planned until the game got as big as it did. And then, well, yeah, it became one of the largest horror game franchises in the world, I'm pretty sure. Or at least in the US. I don't know about other regions. Well, next time on 5 Games at Freddy's, we go somewhere completely new, but also old at the exact same time. Thank you all for watching, if you did, and as always, I will see you all in the future.